Have you heard about the mysterious fog that's been rolling around the world? People are reporting strange symptoms, headaches, dizziness, even hallucinations. Is it natural, or is there something more sinister behind it? Let's dive in.
So you're telling me that an abnormal fog pops up all over the United States and is being reported in Europe as well, with these particles that are flying around that are not snow or moisture, have a chemical smell, and are leaving a white residue in some areas. And some people who have been exposed to the fog are falling ill with the same illness of inflamed sinuses, can't sleep, loss of appetite, and people think this is just a normal cold and flu and has nothing to do with this abnormal fog? Okay.
The fog situation keeps on getting stranger and stranger. This video was taken of a complete blanket of fog coming over this town. And some people are saying that some of the videos are just snow and it's not actual fog. Well, you can take a look at this video here where the woman turns on her light in the same area she was already in, and it's not snow, it's caused by the fog. Strange particles just floating around, acting and behaving not like normal fog. But I think the strangest thing that we have seen so far is this next video. This occurred yesterday in Texas. This is a woman's pool. She woke up to it this morning. She's had a pool for years. I've had a pool, and many people that have pools have never seen anything like this. She hadn't added new chemicals, changed anything about the water. The only difference is that there's been fog pouring in every morning and orbs and drones in her area. This is a close-up shot, and as I've mentioned in the past, though there's no facts to back this, people are calling it a chemical fog. But what do you guys think about this?
So I've been hearing about all this talk about the fog all over the world, and I'm out in Houston. I'm in the Galleria area on like the 17th floor, and it's about like 3 in the morning, and it's pretty foggy everywhere, as you can see. There's like a residential area below me, and usually this way you see buildings and all that, but I don't see anything. It's pretty crazy. I don't know what it's about, but yeah. And this is at 7 in the morning. Still pretty foggy. I'm just showing the residential area now. The house is below. Still, it's pretty foggy, the sun's coming out, the sun's about to rise. I don't know. What do you guys think about this? Comment below, let me know. I'm in Houston, and it's been pretty foggy every day. And I'm only commenting on this because I've seen a lot of other people post about the fog, so yeah, just let me know.
About this crazy fog. In the 1920s, scientists patented technology that could create fog over widespread areas. So that was 100 years ago. And Waterhammer, the person who I speak to about all this stuff, said to me, if that was 100 years ago, what do you think the technology is like today? So it's not that this is conclusive, but they is completely capable of creating fog over widespread areas to prevent people from seeing what's happening in the sky. That does track as possible to me now.
Okay, y'all. I look like shit, but I need to show you guys my air filter in my house. There's fog everywhere, and I've been feeling like respiratory issues for like a couple days now, like basically since the fog started. And I decided after seeing all the fog videos on TikTok, I would come and change my filter, which I do every month because I keep them on deck. I have like, ooh, Lord, I have like 8 of these, and they're expensive, but I keep them on deck because I like clean air. This is a new one. Let me show you what my new one looks like. This is a new one, okay? It's a MERV 11 filter. No, keep in mind, I just changed this filter like a month ago. Let me show you the one that I'm about to pull out. What? What in the actual fuck? Look at this filter, y'all. I've never pulled out a filter this dark in my life. This is not normal. It's black. Look at the new one. Oh my God, y'all. Oh my God. This is fucking crazy. I'm sorry. This isn't normal, yo. It's not normal. This fog is not normal. This is not normal. Never in my life have I ever seen a filter like this. Never. I change these all the time. I have a ton of them. This is banana.
All right, is there fog where you live? And 2, are you feeling a little sick or off lately? Because I'm seeing this all over social media and it's starting to get weird now. I mean, even me, I was just brushing it off because there's fog this time of the year, but usually fog doesn't stay for multiple consecutive days. And people are alleging that they're walking into this fog and it smells not normal. Some people are saying they're walking through it and their body just feels really off after. And it's really dense too. There's a lot of dense fog warnings in the United States. And now I'm seeing in the UK, some airplanes are having trouble even taking off because there's a lot of fog there too. Like I said, I know fog is normal this time of the year, but the amount of social media posts I'm seeing about this is starting to get concerning. So I'm hopping on here to ask you if you guys have any experiences with this.
We had the mystery fog hit us a couple of days ago, and today we're walking around and we saw a bunch of these out in the yard. Does anybody have any idea what this is? Because it feels really light like plastic, and it kind of looks like a geode, but it's lightweight. It's almost got like a waxy texture to it. It's got a really strong chemical smell, and they're everywhere. I mean, my kids are finding little bits and pieces of it. This is the biggest one that we found. I have no idea what this is. It's some sort of mystery object, but I'm really curious because of all of the fog and the chemicals and the powdery substances people are finding. I'm just wondering if this is some type of residue. And if it is, should I keep it? Should I send it somewhere? Like, I really want to know what this is because it's all around my house. And I'm not sure where you guys are located, but we're actually in Texas. So I'd like to know. We live out in the middle of nowhere. We're not near a refinery. We're not near anything except for multiple lakes. Like, there's a lot of water around us. That's really the only thing that's close. We're out in the country.
You know, the part that's making me lose my mind the most about the fog thing is that we're all living in apparently different realities. The reality where some of us are saying, hey, this fog is really weird and like very dense and potentially making us sick. The reality where people say, oh, it's just fog. The reality that says, oh, every year we get this fog. The reality that says, every year we don't get this fog. Oh, and last but not least, the reality that says, oh, the fog is really weird and concerning, but it's climate change. How can we be so divided on things even as simple as this? This is why I say just trust your intuition, because we'll never agree.
Let's talk about this fog for a minute. Right now, all over the United States, in the UK, and pretty much around the world, there is a dense layer of fog, or what looks to be fog. It is being reported as unusually dense, and in many places, which I'm showing the pictures of now, it has dense particulates in the fog that are not normal. This fog is not normal. Many places are reporting that the fog has been there for 5 days straight with no end in sight. What is this? It's too early to say what it actually is right now. But what we can say is that it is not normal. That's for sure. Everyone has experienced fog before. It usually stays for a few hours or maybe a day. But it never, in my life, 54 years, it has never stayed for more than a day. It has never been so dense for days at a time that you can't even see 100 feet beyond it. And it never comes with these dense particulates that look like snow. It looks like there's ash or snow in the fog. I'm curious to get your thoughts, and I'm curious for your videos. If you have videos of this fog, if you've taken videos of this fog, please send them to me. I would love to see them. Same thing with these other things, the Dior bags. If you are catching something unusual, abnormal on video, I'd love to see it. I want to start cataloging these. Mentioned it before, and I feel like all of this is leading to something. It feels like whatever it is, it's coming soon. And what else is coming soon? A couple of days away. Obviously, right? Are we looking at something happening on that day? The closer it gets to that, the more bizarre it's getting. I'm going to keep at this. I'll keep updating. I'll bring you any news that I have. In the meantime, take care. I'll see you tomorrow.
I've been seeing it turn into a fungus. Hair-looking pieces, don't breathe that shit in. Okay. Just remember, what I'm going to say is just for general information purposes and entertainment purposes only. Now, I've been seeing a lot of videos like this here, where you can see particles in the air like this. Or videos like this one where they say the fog is making them sick, dry coughs, congestion, and headaches. And videos like this.
Going on with this fog and then people getting sick?
And all of this reminded me of the Joplin tornado back in 2011 that it unearthed a deadly fungus and actually unalived 5 people. And there's plenty of information about that right here. And over the holiday week, there was quite a bit of severe weather, including tornadoes. And obviously severe thunderstorms. Now, I'm not saying that this is all obviously related in any way, but let's see what AI has to say also. Can fungal and mold spores travel in fog?
Yes, both fungal and mold spores can travel in fog. They're lightweight enough to be carried along with the tiny water droplets that make up fog.
Okay, now can that cause upper respiratory issues?
Yes, breathing in mold spores carried by fog can definitely trigger upper respiratory issues. You might experience sneezing, coughing, a stuffy nose, or even wheezing. If you have allergies or asthma, mold spores can make your symptoms worse.
Okay, what other things could fog technically carry?
Fog could technically carry a bunch of other stuff, like pollen from plants, dust and dirt particles, pollution from cars and factories, even tiny bits of sea salt if you're near the coast. It really just depends on what's in the air where the fog's forming.
Also, just out of curiosity, can thunderstorms and tornadoes unearth fungal and mold spores and maybe be transmitted later on by the fog?
Absolutely. Thunderstorms and tornadoes can churn up fungal and mold spores from the ground. These spores can then get caught up in fog that forms later on. It's a roundabout way for them to travel, but definitely possible.
Okay.
Stock up on your vitamin D and take lots of it. That's all I have to say. So, what do you think? Is this fog a natural phenomenon? Or could it be something we're not being told? Drop your theories in the comments. And don't forget to follow for more deep dives into the unexplained. Stay curious.